Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapping Chronicles. We're coming back at you with a video. Oh, it's not a ratchet video. Usually this is mainly a ratchet channel, but from time to time I try to switch it up a little bit and add some different tools. Sometimes I add knives, but I find that those videos are kind of hit or miss usually. A lot of people don't like them or they don't get that many views. But I like knives, and I seem to not be able to pass up any American-made old pocket knives. So here we are. This is a few that I've recently purchased on an outing to a antique store. So I figured maybe you guys would be interested in these, hopefully a little bit. And if you can do me a favor, if you could hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you find any of this or this channel or anything in it or any of the content or the videos at all interesting or informative, and I hope you do find them informative. Okay, so what do we have? I have 3 knives, and I didn't spend much for them. I spent the total for these 3, I spent $8. So kind of inexpensive, but some interesting pieces here. At least a couple are pretty interesting. Here's a Imperial. This one is pretty regular. You find these type of Imperials when if you're out looking for, or if you stumble upon any American-made style slip joint pocket knives, not locked, doesn't have a lock of any kind, just a spring in the back that kind of holds it in place. They call these types slip joints, and usually they'll have usually more than one blade a lot of times, and like this one does. And I'm not sure what model this is, but if you can see there, it has Imperial with the crown and Providence, Rhode Island, and on the side, if you can barely make it out, it says USA, on kind of like USA on the side there. This one, these are kind of common and not the greatest. They're okay. The blades are good. The springs are usually good and tight with good snap, but the thing is that the scales are kind of fake. They have like this plastic coating on top of this these hollow bolsters. You can see here on the side there, you can see that turn over little tab there that holds that's how it's held in place. That turned over tab right there. So yeah, really not really good quality as far as the scales go, but the blades and the mechanism itself is I would say comparable to some of the better blades with better scales and better bolsters, but not too bad. Let me try to open it up. The problem I'm having, maybe not a problem, but let me see if I find a tool here. Here's a little screwdriver. This one, it needs a little, I guess, not work, but needs a little cleaning or something. The small blade, it's hard to open, even though it looks some pitting. I put a little WD-40 there to try to soften it up, but still kind of sticks a little bit. And on this blade, you get to see the patent numbers, and for some reason, it has like 3 patents on this blade. But yeah. And the gloves don't help either, so even though that one's a lot more easier than this one, but this is about what you get. The array of blades. And usually these blades, the small one, is pretty handy for small chores. And I found this one. This is probably the most interesting one, and probably the best one that I've found, because I kind of like collecting these electrician TL, what is it, 92 or 29? I think it's 92. These TL type knives, and I was like finding different manufacturers for them, or different companies. This one says Holub Sycamore, and you can't see it, but under the sycamore it has ILL USA. I'm gonna assume that's Illinois, USA. Holub, from what I didn't never heard of this company. I don't know who. Well, I didn't know who makes this, but Holub was actually an electrical company that I guess had people make knives for them, like Sears Craftsman. Sears didn't actually make any tools. They had people, contracts, people or companies make their tools for them, and I guess this is similar. And Klein and Sons made. I don't think they made knives. They had contracts with different Camellas and different companies to make their electrician knives. And this one, like I said, is Holub, and there's some pretty good wear here. If you can see here, this one looks like it's been used most. The blade, the knife blade, you can see the wear here, where the spring doesn't touch this round part of the knife. You can see it's raised over here, so it's been opened a lot, because this is where this part here should be. It should be raised up to there, but it's been ground down. You see it better there, how far ground it is. So because of that, the snap it still snaps, but not the hard snap that a lot of these knives had, because of that wearing down. But the blade is pretty okay, and there's some pitting, and I tried to clean it up. It was worse than this. I tried to clean it up, still needs some cleanup, but the blade isn't too bad. And here is the screwdriver blade. Has a lock on it. There, this part right here is the lock. Piece of brass that kind of folds over. You can push it out of the way and you unlock it, and it locks. And I always thought that was strange in these, that they made a lock for the screwdriver and not for the blade. But I guess there was a reason for that. Maybe they didn't want to. I think maybe some lock knives you couldn't have legal everywhere, and if the lock was on the screwdriver, it wouldn't matter because it's not a blade. I'm thinking maybe that was one part of the reason. But here's the screwdriver. It doesn't look like much use on it, just pitted. And this one isn't as ground down as that one there, but so this one's a little bit more snappy, but not like crazy snappy, just kind of a loose snap still, but better than the other blade. The interesting part on this also is this material. Looks like Derlin, or what Schrade used for their old timers. I can't be sure. I doubt it's bone. It feels more like plastic or something like that. Like I say, I doubt it's bone. There was some controversy maybe not controversy, but there was some question as to who manufactured these for Holub, and some people were saying Camillus, some people were saying Schrade, and due to the handles, I would think maybe Schrade made these for Holub, even though Schrade and Camillus, I think they were owned by the same company or whatnot, so not sure what the deal is there, but so they're very similar. But if you were to ask my expert opinion, I would say it's Schrade manufacture. And to round everything out, I found this kind of touristy knife. Has Wuppertal. That's a town in Germany. And when I opened it up, it has a little whale. Don't know what company that is. It has like a little whale with Germany underneath. The letters Germany. It doesn't say, let me see, it doesn't say West Germany or anything like that, but probably from that period of the deunification of Germany back in up to before the 90s. So, and this one also has a little blade, but it's kind of hiding. It's not hard to get out, but it's kind of, the nail niche there is below the handle, so it's kind of, you gotta dig into it to get it out. This one has a little bit less, still kind of snappy, but not really, kind of a weak snap. And this one has more of a snap than the smaller blade. And this one came with a corkscrew. What did I do with that corkscrew? Hey boy, oh, here it is. It actually had a corkscrew attached right here. I took it out because this pin was sticking out. It had come apart from here, and there was another pin here for this spring that was kind of sticking out too. So I was able, when I took this out, I was able to get that pin in its hole, and the bigger pin here, you can see it peeking out right there a little bit. I was able to get that back in the hole because it was all kind of, this back part was kind of like opened up quite a bit, and taking this out made it a lot easier to get the knife back together again. So I took that out. But an interesting piece again. Also the quality is German, but it's tourist quality. It has the same turnover little tabs like the Imperial here for the handles. Handles is like a plastic over here, is shrinking a little bit. You can see underneath is just a plastic coating on this metal part that they just fold the tabs over and attach to kind of a cheapy blade. Not super cheap, but not the greatest. But like I said, it's German made, but it's still kind of a tourist little trinket. So that's what I found. Yeah, that's what I got at the secondhand shop. Sometimes I find stuff there, usually, but it's kind of hit or miss. They do have from time to time blades like this at a good price, and I'm always keen to try to find those. All right, guys, that's all I got. Until next time.